Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel, Warrior Stories. So today I have a little story for you guys. This is something that really helped me when I was going through a really hard time. So I figured that maybe I would share it, and then it could help maybe if one of you guys are going through a hard time. So it started a couple years ago when I was in a program that was through my school. I'm in college, by the way. And I went to this program, and the person who was leading the program happened to also be my counselor at the time. So she told me that she didn't want me to go that night because we were watching a film and it was probably going to upset me because she didn't think I could handle what the film was about. And I was like, no, I can handle it. I'll be fine. Don't worry about it. And she was like, I really don't think you should go. And of course, me, being like the little rebel that I am, I was like, you know what? I'll be fine. I'll just go. So I went back to my room after I spoke to her, and I went on YouTube to look up the movie that we were gonna watch because I was like, oh, I'll just watch it, and then when I get there, I won't be as scared or nervous because I'll already know what's going on because I've seen it. So I ended up finding the clip that she didn't want me to see, and I was like, oh, okay, I can handle this. I got this. I get there and I realize that I didn't see the whole thing. It cut off right before a very crucial part that I wish I had seen before. I didn't know. And it sent me into a panic attack. I was really, really nervous. I don't know, I just had a lot of bad thoughts and I wasn't feeling good. So after the program, she talked to me a little bit, but then like she had to go, and then I had to go back to my room, and I was just in like a really dark place. I didn't feel like I had anyone to talk to, no one to listen to, because the only person that I felt comfortable and safe enough to talk to was gone. So I was just kind of like sitting outside, really lost. And it turned out that she was in another meeting in another building right after the program that we had just gone to. So she came out of that building, and the place where I was sitting was right outside that building, like outside, like by her car, which I know sounds extremely weird. And people also are like, you knew and you sat there on purpose. I was like, I really honestly didn't. I didn't know that was her car, and I didn't know that she would be there. I thought she had gone home. And so she came out and she saw that I was like really distressed and distraught. And she came to talk to me and she said, you know what? I want to give you something. And so she goes to her car and she comes back, and in her hand she has something, and she kneels down and she gives it to me. She opens up her hand and it's a little bottle of bubbles, like, you know, like those bubbles sometimes you get at weddings. It's like a little bottle of bubbles and a rock. And I was like, the and she was like, before you say, I know it's crazy, but let me just explain. She said, so I want to give you this rock because it's to remind you that you are strong and unbreakable, and nothing can break you because you're strong like this rock. And then so she tells me to open my hand and she puts the rock in my hand. And then she takes the bubbles and she says, and the bubbles are to remind you to breathe. Because to blow a bubble, you need to breathe. And what one added thing that I like to do is every time I did decide to blow the bubbles, I would blow and I would imagine like all of like the negative things and like things that were bothering me at the time going into the bubbles, and then watching the bubbles pop. It's like my problems were going away and they were just going away. So she gives me, and then she gives me the bottle of bubbles. And she said, you know what? I think that whenever you're having a hard time, just remember, hold your rock, squeeze your bubbles, and blow. And this really, really resonated with me because, like, I'm like symbol things, and like seeing that like really helped. I actually do still have the bubbles and the rock that she gave me. It's the same exact one. So this is the little bottle of bubbles that she gave me. I put like breathe on it as like a symbol to remember. It's kind of dirty because I've had it for 2 years. And then this is the rock that she gave me. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so I still hold on to them. I still use them. I suggest that for anyone else. Like, if you're having a bad day, just get yourself a little bottle of bubbles and just remind yourself to breathe. and something that makes you feel strong, and remind yourself that you are strong, and whatever you're going through, you can get through it. Because like it's easy to like just fall into your troubles and let them consume you, but it's harder to actually fight through it and be strong and remember that you are worth it and you can make it, because I've made it and so many other people have made it, and you're not alone. You're not going through these struggles alone, and just remember that you are strong like a rock, and breathe out your bubbles. So I like to call that story the Rock and Bubble story, as you saw in the title. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If it helped you in any way, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, also, please subscribe to my channel, because that would mean so much to me, and it would just make you a really awesome person. But yeah, so until next time, I'll see you guys later. That's a wrap.